Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including updates to the revamped Model 3, the EV price war heating up from competitors, Tesla ranking highest of any company, and more, so let's get into it. First up today, Tesla is offering an interesting additional discount on newly sold vehicles. On top of recent price drops, Tesla is offering an incentive of either $3,000 off or 3 years of free supercharging. However, there are two catches. First, this only applies to the most expensive models they sell, the Model S and X. Then, this promotion requires you to trade in a Tesla. This is being reported by several owners who have received follow-ups after trade-in requests or Tesla drives. What I guess could be happening is that owners are hesitant to trade in a Tesla for a new one because Tesla is now giving lower trade-in offers. Customers in this price range may also be considering other brands, but now they have an additional incentive to trade in with Tesla on top of the normal trade-in value. This new incentive could help out with those things a little bit. They are calling this an ownership loyalty offer, and as of right now, there are no details on when this may end. It's a very specific offer, but it is another price incentive Tesla is offering to customers on the Model S and X, which just came down in price quite a bit. Next up today, Tesla's Project Highland is seeing progress at their Fremont factory. Tesla's Project Highland is the code name for their revamped Model 3. We've spotted Tesla out testing with a few different Model 3s that have their front and rear bumpers purposely covered, and this has led to a lot of speculation as to exactly what this revamp means. Some think this could lead to a slightly different bumper design that sets a new model apart from previous years. Some think it could be the introduction of new cameras within the headlights that help with future self-driving endeavors, and some think it's strictly related to manufacturing. We do know for sure that it does have to do with a change in manufacturing, leading to improvements and likely cost savings when Tesla makes the Model 3. Then they have something to hide from the general public when out testing. This project has actually been in process since mid-2021, and now Teslarati reports that it continues moving forward. Quote, Tesla has completed the demolition and is moving forward with installing manufacturing equipment. As recently as Friday of last week, Tesla filed for revisions to portions of this line. It's not too much of a development, but it indicates that Tesla is continuing to work on this change. This change could be something noticeable when it comes, or it could simply be a production change that ends up leading to Tesla being able to make this car for less. Eventually, that means it'll be less for consumers and help them stay ahead of the competition and its growing price war. Next up today, according to new data from S&P Global Index, Tesla's strength is growing in two things: stealing customers and retaining those customers. S&P Global details buyers being divided into three groups: super loyalists, loyalists, and nomads. Super loyalists always buy from the same brand and will continue doing so. Loyalists have repeat purchases from brands over their history, and nomads have no recognizable loyalty to a brand. For Tesla though, quote, 80% of Tesla owners are nomads that are new to the brand. This may be an obvious point given that Tesla is a very new player in the market. It also highlights that plenty of people are willing to give up internal combustion. One bigger statistic there is that only 39% of Tesla owners are known to leave Tesla for another vehicle when it comes time to sell a vehicle. The industry standard there is 58%. In turn, that means that more than 60% of Tesla owners replace their Tesla with another Tesla. For the industry, this is typically about 43%. S&P says, quote, while Tesla's high share of first-time owners, 83%, isn't too surprising, their ability to keep those new customers is extraordinary. Tesla's one-and-done rate is just 39% compared to 58% for the industry. Remember, a lower number is better in this case. The next best one-and-done rate goes to Ford at 50%. However, Nomad's share of Ford's return-to-market households is less than half of Tesla's. It's very interesting to see statistics come in about Tesla from various different angles. In almost every study, Tesla seems to have the industry beat by a large margin in some regard that is pretty shocking to many people. As always, there is work to be done and improvements we still want to see, but they are managing to steal and retain customers better than any other company right now. We'll see how this develops as more EVs end up coming to market in the coming years. As for Tesla's lead though, we've heard a lot recently about Tesla's Model Y becoming the best-selling vehicle in the world. It's an incredibly impressive feat because Tesla only launched that vehicle less than 3 years ago, and it's beating out tons of gas-powered vehicles. That's impressive on its own, but now according to data compiled by Focus to Move, 2 of Tesla's vehicles have entered into the top 10 best-selling vehicles in the world. As for the data collected, Focus to Move says, quote, we rank the best-selling cars and light commercial in the world, aggregating data from all the 162 countries we track on a monthly basis. Data reported is updated with the last available registrations figures sourced by local official official authorities, country by country. For 2022, the Toyota Corolla remained the best-selling vehicle in the world with 1.12 million units sold. Toyota and Ford take the second and third slots, but just under the Ford F-Series is the Model Y. The Tesla Model Y had 757,752 cumulative sales in 2022, jumping 15 spots in their rankings from 2021. That's an 88.5% gain year to year, showing just how tremendous the Model Y's growth has been. That's very impressive, but what may be even more impressive is the Model 3. Most know the Model Y is popular, but Tesla's Model 3 held the 7th spot in top-selling vehicles in the world at 596,000 units sold. The Model 3 is up 4%, while the Model Y is up 88.5%. Big difference there, but the bigger difference is the fact that every other car on this top 10 list is down year over year. All of the Toyota, Honda, and Ford vehicles dropped in sales between 2021 and 2022, while Tesla's electric vehicles increased in these rankings worldwide. The Honda CR-V is even down a full 18%. Another piece here is that the Model Y took the top spot in revenue, since the average sale price of that car was around $55,000 for most of 2022. People are paying up for Tesla vehicles, and the Model Y is on track to be the top-selling vehicle globally by revenue and number of units in 2023. We're seeing how important it is not only to make a compelling electric vehicle, but have it available at scale. On the same subject of all of this comes Tesla's reignition of an EV price war. When Tesla suddenly dropped the Model Y price by $13,000 and dropped others like the Model S up to $21,000, they reignited an EV price war that has been on hold for some time. For a while now, Teslas were priced high, so it looked like competition could come in under those prices and be good to go. Now we're seeing first reactions to Tesla's price drops from competitors. First, we saw Lucid offering $7,500 off on leases, but now Ford has significantly dropped the price of the Mustang Mach-E. Many see this car as the main competitor to the Model Y right now. This is clearly in direct response to Tesla, but also in part the IRS requirements that these cars be under $55,000 to qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. As we can see here, they dropped the select rear-wheel drive standard range Mach-E by $900 and the all-wheel drive standard range by $600. The bigger cuts are with the other models though. The California Route 1 extended range Mach-E dropped $5,580, still coming in at $57,995, higher than the Model Y and the tax credit MSRP cap. The premium rear-wheel drive Mach-E dropped $3,980, the premium all-wheel drive standard range Mach-E dropped $3,680, and the largest of all, the GT extended range Mach-E dropped $5,900. As we can see here, there isn't actually an extended range Mach-E that comes in under $55,000 MSRP, so it appears the only vehicles eligible for the tax credit are standard range. That's still in pretty big contrast to the long-range Model Y at $53,490 and eligible for $7,500 off for many people. When speaking of these price drops, Ford said, quote, "We are not going to cede ground to anyone. We are producing more EVs to reduce customer wait times, offering competitive pricing and working to create an ownership experience that is second to none. Our customers are at the center of everything we do as we continue to build thrilling and exciting electric vehicles. We will continue to push the boundaries to make EVs more accessible for everybody." All of this is exciting for consumers. Lower prices for EVs and companies having to enter a price war are exactly what we want, but as always, it's important to look at the details here. Fortunately for Tesla and unfortunately for competitors, Tesla is one of the only companies truly profiting on their EVs. We don't know for sure, but many analysts are unsure if Ford is profitable at all on their EVs or even can be. Quote, "It's unclear that Ford can make its first-gen EVs profitable and may have to wait until the second generation of products to unlock further cost savings. This would mean that dropping prices will further eat into their losses. GM has yet to announce any price drops in response to Tesla, but this could be in large part because they don't really have vehicles readily available that are competing with the Model Y or Model 3. They have announced a bunch, but none have come to production fully. Many have been announced at competitive prices as well, so they shouldn't need to lower those prices, they just need to deliver on the prices that they've announced. For GM, they hope to be profitable on EVs by 2025. The reason this matters is that at a certain point, a company can't scale vehicles that are consistently losing them money. Many still appear to be years away from figuring out that piece of the puzzle, while Tesla is hitting these global records and dropping prices that still maintain healthy profits. We want everyone to succeed, but we need to look at the reality in front of us. Making EVs is very difficult. At the same time, Ford has dropped prices. VW has specifically said that they won't be entering a price war with Tesla. VW's CEO said, "We have a clear pricing strategy and rely on reliability." We trust in the strength of our products and brands. They don't plan to adjust their pricing anytime soon, but long term, they will likely be pricing based on this new Tesla price war, whether they realize it or not. Another company that has responded to Tesla price cuts is VinFast. VinFast lowered the price of the VF8 by $6,000 and increased its range by 45 miles. That vehicle now starts at $49,000 USD and gets a range of 207 miles. This is all very interesting to watch, and I'm glad to see EV pricing competition finally heating up once again. I'll keep reporting on it as we hopefully see more and more automakers dropping prices on their electric vehicles. At the end of the day, the goal is that these cars are available to anybody. Next up today, Tesla had yet another record-breaking quarter for energy storage deployment. A Tesla Megapack is a powerful battery that provides energy storage and support, helping to stabilize the grid and prevent outages. Energy storage will become an integral part of the world's transition to clean energy, and Tesla is setting themselves up to be a leader in this area. In their Q4 shareholder letter, they said, quote, "Energy storage deployment increased by 152% year over year in Q4 to 2.5 gigawatt hours for a total deployment of 6.5 gigawatt hours in 2022, by far the highest level of deployments we have achieved. This increase is impressive, but we should see an even more impressive Q1 this year as newly produced Megapacks from their mid-quarter ramp are deployed." Tesla broke ground on their new Lathrop, California megafactory in September of last year, and that factory is already contributing to their goal of eventually producing 40 gigawatt hours of energy storage annually. According to Elon Musk, Tesla's energy storage business will grow faster than their electric vehicle business long term as well. Relative to Tesla Automotive now, their energy storage business is still small, but this statistic shows that they're growing very quickly, and it's very exciting. Next up today, Elon Musk has met with several top Biden administration officials to discuss the future of electrification and Tesla's part in it. Historically, relations between Elon and the Biden administration have been tense. Elon has openly showed his lack of support for Biden, and Biden has avoided acknowledging Tesla is the leading manufacturer of EVs in the US. In November of 2021, Biden gave credit to GM's CEO Mary Barra for, quote, "electrifying the entire auto industry." Now, however, according to a White House spokesperson, quote, "John Podesta and Mitch Landrieu met with Elon Musk to discuss shared goals around electrification and how the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and Inflation Reduction Act can advance electric vehicle production and charging, as well as the broader cause of electrification." This is exciting to hear because it could mean that Elon Musk and the administration have reached some common ground that will help EVs become even more accessible to the American public. Regardless of how the Biden administration may feel about Tesla, they have more knowledge than anyone on the subject of mass electrification. We'll have to see in the coming weeks if this meeting was productive. Last up today, some updates from other automakers. Audi has hinted at their first electric SUV. An Audi designer said in an interview with Autocar that he thinks there is space for a rugged SUV in Audi's passenger car lineup. According to that interview, there's potential because there are only two premium players in this particular segment, Mercedes-Benz and Land Rover, and I think there is space for a third one. Volkswagen has plans to reboot the Scout brand for adventure EVs, so these platforms could end up working together if we see them anytime soon. Speaking of, VW has announced that they, along with their partners, plan to install up to 25,000 EV chargers this year as part of their goal to reach 45,000 by 2025. About 10,000 of those will be in North America, 18,000 will be in Europe, and 17,000 will be in China. While 10,000 new chargers in the US sounds amazing, these will be handled by Electrify America, so I hope that they can solve the issues their existing chargers have before building new ones with the same issues. When I took a road trip in my Rivian R1T, I found that I could not rely on Electrify America chargers to deliver what they said they could. Genesis, Hyundai's luxury brand, released the electrified G80 and GV60 last year. Now it appears the Genesis X convertible is entering production soon as well, as the brand is transitioning to an all-electric lineup by 2030. This will be their flagship vehicle and combines features from its first two concept vehicles, the X and the X Speedium. For this car, Hyundai's chairman of the Genesis National Dealer Advisory Council said it would be a true halo flagship for the brand. From what I can tell, if it makes it to production, it would be one of the first convertible electric options out there. As for solar EVs, Lightyear has officially filed for bankruptcy, leaving Aptura as the company most likely to enter production next. They said in a statement that, quote, Lightyear regrets having to make this announcement for all employees, customers, investors, and suppliers, and will work closely with the curator and all the people who are involved and hope for their understanding and support. In the coming period, the curator will focus on the position of the employees and creditors, as well as assessing how the Lightyear concept can be continued. This is definitely unfortunate to see and comes right as they halted production to focus on the Lightyear 2. For Aptera, their production model is still over a year away, and they're also looking for more funding. Their latest community funding program, called Accelerate Aptera, prioritizes SEV delivery to investors that rank higher on their leaderboard. The person who invests the most on the leaderboard, yes, there's a leaderboard, locks in delivery slot number 1. They've also announced that all of their solar EVs will now be equipped with DC fast charging per popular demand. Before, they didn't find this necessary since their EVs get such long range with solar, but it was clear that that option was necessary, so it has been added across the board. Definitely excited to see that, but they still have a long road ahead. Hyundai has begun a new ad campaign starring Kevin Bacon for the Ioniq 6. This is the follow-up to the Ioniq 5 and is expected to be one of the first true competitors to the Model 3. Orders for the Ioniq 6 will begin in the US this spring, and Hyundai said of the campaign that, quote, "With the introduction of the Ioniq 6, Hyundai is once again making the electric vehicle lifestyle more accessible and convenient than ever before. If you are someone on the fence of going electric, we hope this campaign starring Kevin and Sosie Bacon will show how early adopters at any stage in their life can easily make the switch." That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see a full buying guide for Tesla's current lineup, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.